Hello, welcome. Yes, we are live. Hello. So amazing. All right, I see myself. Good. All right, you guys. This is Dominique coming to you live right now. So come on in and let's see who we can get into this conversation with us. I'm so happy and excited to be here with you. You know, it is almost the end of June. It's been an amazing year, full of a lot of changes, good and challenging changes, to be to be quite honest. So come on in, say hello, say hello. I hope I can see your comments here. I am going to talk a little bit about, what has been going on with me that I didn't even expect. But it's all because of activity. So activity is really what creates change. If you want to lose weight, if you want to change your job or whatever it is that you are looking for, you need to practice a certain amount of activity in order to see that thing come to fruition, right? So come on in. I'm so excited to talk to you today. I have my virtual background, just trying something new. I was going to go outside, to be honest. I was going to go outside and broadcast from there. But then I said, you know what? Let me try a virtual background and see how you guys like it. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. To start with, let's see. This year has been very interesting, of course. A lot of things happened in terms of the pandemic and all that. And then, of course, I'm a teacher. A lot of my teacher friends went back to work. It's something that, they saw coming because, of course, the kids do better in front of a teacher versus online. A lot of the parents need to get back to work, so they need their kids to go back to school. So that happened, which is pretty much a given. So meanwhile, I've been at home working on the computer, doing that, and also working on my fitness. Fitness is something that, I always work on my fitness because I know that my energy level increases, my numbers are better at the doctors when I exercise. All right, so that is something that I make sure I continue. But here's the surprise, right? So here we are, doing the best that we can for our kids, doing the best that we can to keep our health together, self-care and all that. And then, some challenges come up. Challenges will always come up. Challenges in terms of relationships, our self-care, and what we know to do, right? How can we improve the situation? What can we do? Those are all going to happen. And I always pride myself in, I have a network. I have a teacher network. I have a Christian network, entrepreneur network. I always pride myself in the people that I know, because if I don't know something, it's either a phone call away or, they have a contact that can help out. But there are things that as we get comfortable in our life that are going to take you by surprise, right? You can't be prepared for everything. You can't be prepared for everything. But I can tell you that the more active you are with whatever is going on in your life, the more you're going to be able to overcome the things that do crop up. right? The thing that will try to derail you will not succeed the more resilient you are and the more active you are, okay? That's what I learned this year because I tried to keep everything going on at home. I tried my best to keep everything going on with the way I wanted to work, tried to get everything to keep going with my health, right? But of course, we're always going to have challenges. So the challenges only mean that you need the next better strategy that you can come up with or somebody in your network can come up with to help you. And that's what I've learned, these last 6 months, that whatever happens to me is actually happening for me. And maybe there's some areas that I was really not paying attention, a little bit neglectful, um, just not paying attention, right? Because as much as we want to cover our bases at home, at work, in our relationships, we're going to have to learn some lessons. We're not through learning lessons in life. We are not through learning lessons every day, every week, every month. You're either teaching yourself something, you're teaching your kids, you're teaching your acquaintances, your friends. You are a conduit for others, and others are a conduit for you to learn, right? All right. So if you are in the 45 and over club, you know that health is probably the number one thing that we have to really focus on. Okay. And I say 45 because at about 45 years of age, you're going to start to see the changes, to feel a little bit different, right? Your numbers at the doctor also will show you need to do a little bit of this, less of that thing, okay, etc. So what I knew I wanted to do was work from home. And so last year, you guys know I had high blood pressure. And that high blood pressure meant that I needed to ramp up the amount of exercise I was getting, improve my eating habits. So this year I found out that the high blood pressure was really not because of salt, sugar, or arguing. It was actually diet. It was actually diet. What I found was that I had metabolic disease. My metabolism is super slow. I'm about 5'4". That's pretty much an average height for a woman, but it really affected my blood pressure, not knowing that my metabolism was really slow. My height, my weight were affected by what I was eating. So I got the news in May. And I started having some tests around if I had plaque in my arteries. So that's the next thing they do, is they test you to see if you have plaque. And because I have high cholesterol, there you go. I have some plaque, right? Now, luckily, I have high HDL, which is good cholesterol, because I always exercise. But if you eat carbs and sweets, which I love, then you're going to be perhaps somebody that needs to look at your metabolism, and if you're effectively metabolizing those, sugars and fats. So I found that out, and what I can tell you is, spiritually, I knew last year I gotta be at home. I gotta work from home. And so I created a lane where I work from home. And then when this news hit me that I had a slow metabolism and I was developing plaque, okay, the fact that I didn't have to commute to a job, I could actually work out every single day, helped me to attack this new challenge. Okay, so I'm here to tell you right now that your activity does lead to better results, but you have to be open to creating the lane that will allow you to do those things. Okay, I do, take care of myself. I'm single and I take care of my kids. So I have to be the one that creates the lane that helps myself. And Luckily, because of the challenge that I was being presented with, I did have a way to work when I was at home. And then because I'm working at home, I control my schedule. I can work out in the morning. The only place I'm going to at 5 or 6 in the morning is to the gym. I vigorously started going to the gym 6 o'clock in the morning, and then I included intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is where you stop eating after 5 o'clock, or some people 8 o'clock, depending on what you have to wean yourself off of. And then you try to eat. I do a mud smoothie in the morning. I can't lie. I mean, if I haven't eaten since 5 o'clock the day before in the morning to have energy at the gym, I have got to put something in my tummy. So um, I do that. And that really is a game changer. So in the last 2 months, I have dropped over 10 pounds. I have dropped 10 pounds. Yay! uh, very small changes. I'm telling you, very small changes. I'm really not a high fat eater, but it was that I was eating at the wrong time of the day. And then I do love desserts. I love cake. I love ice cream, you know. Now, I haven't cut all that out altogether, but I will have a proportion that is adult friendly. Okay. And then I walk at night. So I do try to kick my metabolism up before I, relax and go to bed. And so, this live is all about, thank you for the thumbs up. If you want to comment, do so. I really appreciate it. Your activity really does create the result, and you've got to keep it up. You've got to keep it up. If you don't have a way to increase your activity because of your schedule, you're going to have to take out your favorite pen and write it into your reality. I have written my reality into existence for so long that I knew the only way to get out of teaching in a schoolhouse was to write it into existence. Changing my body, anything that I wanted to happen, I needed to speak it out, write it out until I saw the change. It's an ongoing process, but the reason why we're having this discussion today is because next week we start the second half of 2021, and every single day I am grateful. Every single day I have, before my feet touch the ground, I am, saying thank you for the life that I have, the life that I'm leading, and the chance to do a better job. So I would encourage you all to, get active, find out what your situation is, find out what your numbers are at the doctors, especially if you are 45 and over. Why am I starting there at 45? I'm starting at 45 because at definitely over 40, there are things that you're seeing change with your health, with your wealth, with your relationships. You might be on your second marriage or whatever, whatever it is, pay attention and get detailed feedback from, your doctors, especially your health. Your health is going to lead the way, and your activity has got to be led by your energy level. And if your energy is low, it's going to be very difficult for you to make things, change in your life. So I'm all about activity and generating. Thanks for the thumbs up. Generating more, results in my life. So if you think back to the ideal version of yourself, maybe the body you had in your 20s or 30s, the money you had, at a certain point. Maybe you had real estate, you had a big bank account or whatever. You can get back to those things. It typically happens though if you start to go a little bit leaner, get rid of some things, declutter your belly, declutter your home, declutter your car, just declutter it. And I would suggest to you that the second half of this year, if you haven't started already, increase your activity around what it is that you need to do to improve your numbers. I have a counter. I'm going to bring it, not in this live, but I got a counter out of a flip counter out of Amazon. It's a 3-digit placement counter. It's got the ones, tens, and hundreds. And so what I'm using it for right now is to count how many students I'm enrolling in my online tutoring program. But you can use it for, whatever you want to count. The days that you wake up at 6 a.m. and start working out. What you need to quantify what you're doing with your activity. Write it down, first of all, quantify it, get busy with it, because you and I have each other on this platform to motivate each other, but the results are your own. So I urge you to think about what it is that you need to improve on with activity. If you let me talk about myself. If your cholesterol is high, your LDL, your triglycerides, talk to your doctor, cut that number down ASAP. Because if we don't know about heart disease is when you have plaque in your arteries. Do not become a victim of that. It's a silent killer. And once you have high cholesterol, and you're in your 40s, your 30s, and don't let it silently sneak up on you and become a problem. Learn to adopt some new eating habits. Okay, all of that is going to help propel you into what you need to do financially and physically to improve your situation, your life, and the lives of the people around you. I'm so glad to be talking to you today about this, because I have seriously made some changes in the last 2 months. I work out a lot, right? I have been on here working out, not realizing the fine-tuning activities that I needed to do in order to really see results. And for me, it was not eating past 5 o'clock. If I do, I do walk at night. I mean, I'm not crazy about it. I'm not going to deny myself, but not eating. All I had to do was stop eating pretty much at night. I walk twice a day and I go to the gym. If you don't get a chance to work out 3 times a day, it's okay. But as for the most part, most days, you need to be doing some type of physical activity, okay? And stay close to your doctors, get those numbers. Don't let any of those numbers be in the red zone. Change that immediately, okay? And then your activity will start to create new results for you. So what kind of results have I gained? Well, I already had changed my job. I work from home on the computer. It's allowing me to push forward for more students on the tutoring side, even more students on the coaching side, because I have a lot of teacher friends who they're like, okay, how do I step into this tutoring? How do I step into, the life after teaching at the schoolhouse? What can I do? Well, the first thing you're going to have to do is start realizing that it's a non-negotiable, that it is a have to, it is a must have, it has to happen. And if you're in your 40s or your 50s, that is something that you should be saying to yourself right now. If you need help with that, get in touch with me. Let me know. I'm here for you. But I have definitely put the pedal to the metal when it comes to, seeing the exact results that I want. Some of these effects of our decisions, like eating late or whatever, do come from, you opening up your mouth and putting food in it, or not getting up and not going to the gym, but you can change that. Okay. So I just want to encourage you today to get out there and stay active in the pursuit of what it is that you want. Okay. Write about it, speak about it, share about it, and it will come to pass with the right amount of activity and perseverance. Okay. So All right, so thank you, Corey and Jean, for adding to our comments today, and I hope to, connect with you on the next live.